I'm going to start here. I'm going to start way out in left field, and I'm going to reel it back in. Let's see if you guys can stay with me. I think that there are some advantages to growing up without a silver spoon in your mouth. Now, $5 for whoever can tell me what I'm talking about right now. I wanted to start as far out in left field as I possibly could. But no, really, I feel like there's some advantages with growing up and always having to be hungry for an opportunity, hungry for a chance, fighting your way and not having anything handed to you. Because it comes out, it's like grit. It comes out in your character. It comes out in how you talk. It comes out in how you carry yourself. And it came out in Bill Clinton, right? You could tell Bill Clinton didn't grow up rich. You can tell Bill Clinton probably had to fight for a lot of what he got, probably up to a certain age, and then everything else probably just fell into place for him after a certain age. But you could tell he wasn't born into wealth, or at least didn't grow up in wealth. I can't say the same about his daughter. Chelsea Clinton attempted to attack Bernie Sanders today, and the substance of what she said is not even noteworthy because of how incorrect it was. PolitiFact is starting to dissect it now, and I'll mention that a little bit later when H.A. Goodman comes into the room. But what I want to point out, I'm going to play the video for you, and I want you to see the emptiness with which she delivered this important message to Iowans. I want you to see how unprepared, even being the child of a president and a senator and a secretary of state, she's like utterly and completely unprepared for not even national politics. She's unprepared for local community neighborhood watch politics. Well, I want you to watch this clip and you see for yourself. You decide for yourself.
Senator Sanders wants to dismantle Obamacare, dismantle the CHIP program, dismantle Medicare, dismantle private insurance. Now, the Republicans in Congress have voted against the Affordable Care Act 55 times. Right? Not because they want to replace it with something, because they want to get rid of it. So I worry that if we give Republicans democratic permission to do that, we'll go back to an era before we had the Affordable Care Act. Senator Sanders.
Okay. All right. That's enough. So on this, okay, let me not, you know what? Here's the thing. No one could ever say the children of politicians are off limits until they put themselves as adults out into the political fray. First of all, she's absolutely propagandistic at best and outright lying at worst. But then she's intentionally trying to play this light of hand, these talking points from her mother, because you clearly can tell from her presentation, she did not come up with this revelation, right? If she came up with this revelation, she would be far more enthusiastic, far more well prepared, but she got talking points from her mother. They trained her and coached her, and this is the best that she can do. Hillary, leave Chelsea in, whatever she's doing in the financial sector in New York. Let her just go and make some money. She's not cut out for politics. But now she's doing the sleight of hand with these talking points, which essentially is trying to tie Bernie Sanders's plan on universal health care with the Republican desire to dismantle Obamacare. And somehow magically, by Senator Sanders trying to institute Medicare for all, that's going to give Republicans the democratic ability to dismantle Obamacare. Now, let's just take a step back and chew on that lapse of logic that has been forwarded onto and just vomited onto the national stage. That somehow going after the crown jewel of progressive healthcare policy, Medicare for all, single payer system, is going to be beneficial to Republicans who want to dismantle Obamacare. For the life of me, I cannot connect those dots because it's not connectable. It just makes no sense. It doesn't add up. That's number one. Number two, she's not only trying to tie Senator Sanders with Republicans, but she's going down this list of items that she is saying Senator Sanders wants to get rid of, as if he wants to get rid of it and not replace it with something else, or as if he's trying to get rid of a good thing and replace it with nothing, or replace it with something worse, which is why she juxtaposed that with the Republican Party, which absolutely, now that I think about it, I think she was trying to be intelligent, but it was an epic fail. Mainly because of the delivery, but then two, because it just makes no sense. She's trying to juxtapose Senator Sanders trying to do something to get universal health care, universal coverage, using universal coverage to replace Obamacare. She's trying to compare that and juxtapose it to Republicans trying to get rid of Obamacare, but having absolutely nothing to replace it with. Damn it, I just did a better job in the last 30 seconds than she did in that entire clip after all the training and coaching she got. Maybe that's what she was trying to say. Okay. The job is not cut out for everybody, Chelsea. Stay in your lane, make your money, get rich, stay rich, actually. But the point that is so disturbing about this entire conversation is their willingness, twofold, their willingness to outright lie about Bernie Sanders and to what's the word I'm looking for? To obfuscate his plan for a single payer system. But they themselves have absolutely nothing to offer to make the system better. And that's the thing that's striking, right? They at this point, I'm talking about Hillary's camp. What are they going to do about the problems that still exist in our healthcare system? They have no plan. And so their only plan is to attack Senator Sanders on this Rosetta Stone, this crown jewel of progressivism, which is a single payer healthcare system. It's amazing how far you can fall when you value the opportunity more than you value your values. I've already played the clip on my show several times of Hillary Clinton attacking then Senator Obama for allegedly doing the same exact thing. I don't have to play it again, but we all know, anyone who's followed this any significant amount of time knows that Hillary Clinton has been trying to get universal health care for a long time. And now that she's fighting against someone who is actually more progressive than she is, she's willing to throw her own baby, her own, and I'm not talking about Chelsea, I'm talking about healthcare. She's willing to throw her own, the first cause for which many Americans ever knew her. She's willing to throw it on the altar of opportunism. And not only to do that, but to do so with baseless, groundless propaganda and lies. Because I don't think anyone in their right mind can honestly believe that Bernie Sanders wants to turn over our health care to the states in a federal single payer system. And two, anyone thinks that it's even rational to compare the Republicans' desire to oppose and dismantle Obamacare with Senator Sanders' desire for a single payer system. No one reasonable, no one rational, and no one truthful. There is an article from PolitiFact that just got released this afternoon. I haven't had a chance to dissect all of it, but it starts to unpack Senator Sanders' claims on what he wants to do with healthcare and the single payer system. It starts to address the price tag, the real price tag, the increase in taxes, the tax revenues, the hike in tax rates, but then also some of the positive things. The costs will go down, the different, it unpacks a lot. But there was a question in there that I think perhaps may be the crux of Hillary Clinton's argument, and she's just not willing to say it explicitly. Inside of that article, it discussed the fact that it is likely going to be very difficult for Senator Sanders, or let's say at that point, President Sanders, to get something like this passed. Right? He has all the plans, or the plans are being finalized. He has the concept, he has the idea, but it doesn't look like he, or rather not, let me start that sentence over. He has a plan, he has a concept, he has the ideas, but how realistic is it for us to believe that something like this will get passed? And I think the fundamental argument that Hillary Clinton does not want to admit to is the fact that she only wants to go after things that she knows can win and can pass. That third way, that triangulation. She doesn't have the fight in her left to go after the hard fights. And so people, a lot of Hillary supporters have gotten to the point where they are really asking themselves, or really saying to themselves and convincing themselves that we shouldn't go after this because we can't win. You'll be amazed how many people you will hear say this, that we shouldn't try to go after universal health care because we can't win. But when has that ever been an excuse for us to not try? I think it is the quintessential example of people who should not lead when they say a fight is not worth fighting because we don't think we can win. No, you will never win if you never try to win.